and it's such an amazing starter. I promise you that your guests are going to be wowed by it.
Okay, my mouth's watering. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to start with some chicken drumsticks. If you choose to, and you want a really small little appetizer, you could go with drumettes. So you know what are drumettes?
I'm assuming they're the people who march around with drum majorettes.
No.
No, okay.
Those are the ends of the wings, you know, the little drumstick. It resembles
Oh,
a drumstick,
okay.
so it's called a drumette. But I've chosen to use drumsticks today, and as you can see, I've skinned them and I've got them all prepared, and
Well
we've
done.
washed and drained them. We're going to be using some breadcrumbs. I've got some salt, I've got some pepper. and
Sorry, Master Chef.
yes,
This is pepper.
yes. What did I
You
say?
said salt.
Well, do you know what I mean? Black pepper, and then we've got some chili salt here that we're going to be flavoring the flour with. So I've got a cup of flour,
Okay.
and you just sift this into this bowl here.
Not a problem.
All right, so it's a 3-step little
Recipe.
recipe.
So this is step one.
Step 1 is
Okay.
to, right, there we go.
Cup of flour,
A cup of
served
flour,
into a.
sift it in there, just watch where it falls from. Right, there you go. Is that a look of disgust?
No, no. Why
Was
would
it a
I?
look of love?
It's lovely flour, eh?
Yes, thank you. All right, so very good. Thank you very much.
There
So
you
we're
go.
going to
So that's
season this
done.
very lightly, and I am going to just put some chili salt in here, into the flour now.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to put a little bit of fresh ground pepper. You're not going to get any of
Just for taste, right? Nothing
yes.
too fiery, I assume.
No, nothing too fiery,
Okay.
because we have the bunny coming up. But I'm going to be adding some of my favorite, that's garam masala, which is just going to give it a little bit of a
Kick.
kick, yes. All right, so there we have the flour. So as I said, I've prepared the chicken. We've patted it dry, and I've just
Okay, so hang on. So now what we've got the flour
yes,
with pepper, salt. Then we've got the breadcrumbs.
yes,
We've got the chicken.
we've got the chicken.
So we get a line going here.
There we go. But we're going to firstly season the chicken.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to put some pepper and salt in here. And you want to get some of that lovely Himalayan pink salt in there. Yes, give it quite a good.
There you go. Yes.
Right, that's perfectly fine. We're going to give this a little bit of a shake up. I'm going to get my hands in here and just give it a good mix up. Ideally, you're going to just marinate this as you would like, and you're going to put this into the fridge, cover it and put it into the fridge for at least an hour to sit, all right? And then we are going to put this into our seasoned flour. So
This is after an hour in the fridge marinade.
that's right.
Okay.
So, there we go. So we're going to take the chicken drumsticks, and you're going to coat it in the flour.
Okay.
All right. And while you coat that in the flour, I'm going to beat up some eggs, and we're going to make an egg wash. Because if you were to just coat this in here and put it into the drumsticks, then it's not going to stick.
Okay, so first step, marinate all that.
Yes.
Get the flour ready, sort it
Yes.
out. The third step, we're going to have egg wash here.
Yes.
Dip it in the egg,
Yes.
and then put it in the breadcrumbs.
Yes, but of
Okay.
course, we did say that this is.
Is there
different
another?
from
Every time I
norm.
get the steps right, you add
Yes.
something else in.
And that it's a sesame crumbed drumstick.
Okay.
So I have toasted some sesame seeds in that pan there.
Okay.
So you want to pass it to us?
So which step would that be then? Before the eggs or
I'm
after the
actually
eggs?
going to go right into the crumbs, so it'll be after the eggs.
Okay.
But you can put that into the crumbs right now.
Right now.
And I'm getting the eggs all beat up for you.
So this is about half a
2
cup?
tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
2
okay.
tablespoons of sesame.
Sesame. All
And
right.
you can just get that.
With the seeds.
I'm going to just beat up 2 eggs in there. Now, do you know why you would not open all of the eggs into one container?
Get too full.
Well, that's a good idea.
There you go.
But one of the reasons is that if you were to be using a lot of eggs, well, of course, you just have to look at it and you can see that it's good.
What do you
If
mean?
if we were using a lot of eggs, and if one of the eggs were bad, we put it
Oh.
in here, then we'd have to throw all of this.
We
But of
don't
course-
like bad eggs.
No, we don't. So I'm just going to beat this up. This is our egg
Do,
wash.
sorry, do you put salt or
Yeah,
whatever?
you could salt it
Oh,
if you like.
too much. Okay, if you want to.
Yeah, I like to salt it. Thank you for that little tip. Full of wonderful tips today.
Yeah, my mum taught me well.
She did indeed.
All right.
So there's our egg wash with a little bit of chili salt. And then,
My sleeves out the way.
so you're going to, I thought you would have done this by now. We're going to take the drumstick. We're going to coat it in the seasoned flour. All right, we're going to shake out the excess flour. We're going to then put it into the egg.
Step
We're going
3.
to, yes, roll that around in the egg wash. And we're going to insert it into the sesame crumbs that we've got already.
Okay.
And
That's
there
why I
you
asked
go.
you, where does it go from here? Because I wanted to have something. Oh, it just stays there. Okay, sorry.
All right. And then in the meanwhile, we're going to get the oil on the pan going. And we're going to be frying this while you get the others ready. I'm going to get the stove on.
This is not. This is getting really sticky and.
I'm going to use some ordinary sunflower oil, but if you want to, you could use olive oil. And there you go. I've lightly coated the bottom of the pan, and because we want this to be nice and crunchy, I've added a little more oil.
Okay, I'm
So-
just trying to figure out the best method to
Well
get it
done.
to that.
So while that's heating up, you're getting all of this ready. Okay, well done. You're doing a very fine job, but I'm going to help you. So I've got a couple of minutes. So if you have some hands, extra hands, then one person will do the flour, one will do the egg wash, one will do the crumbs, and one will fry. But that's in an ideal world.
Yes,
If you're
it
doing
does.
this on your own, I would flour all of the drumsticks on my own, and then I would do all of the egg wash, and then I would do all of the crumbing.
Like you
So-
normally do.
Like I normally do. Thank you. And then you just stand at the end as it comes out the pan, and you
There
roll
you
them
go.
up.
That's the final step.
That's the final step. So there we go. We're done with that. I'm going to get rid of this. I think you're just giving this a bit of a gourmet twist to add sesame crumbs.
Okay.
All right, so you'll get some of it on there. It's not overpowering. It's not going to get too bitter as you fry it. And our oil is heating up in the pan there as we finish the last one. So I'm just going to give you a little tip. So you can actually add the flour into a little bag,
Plastic bag.
a plastic bag, and you can add the crumbs into a plastic bag. So I do have a plastic bag on the side if you could pass it. And
Yes,
then
boss.
I'm just going to show you how easy it is to toss.
So why did we
There's
do
another
it?
Bag on the side. Yes.
Smaller bag, bigger bag.
Well, no, yes, same bag. All right. So you're going to open up that bag. I'm just going to get a cup of crumbs in there. All right, maybe a little more.
Well, the thing is for demonstration purposes. So
Yes,
that's
so you're going
fine.
to pop in one of those
And then
drumsticks
you pop the drumstick in,
to the bag.
and you can just roll it around like that, and you
Yes.
get your hands don't really get messed in this way,
There you go.
and you get a much more even coating of the breadcrumbs.
That's a very good idea. I could have told you that at the beginning,
You could have,
but then you were full
but you
of,
just didn't want to.
Yes, I want to show you how to do it the original way. So while you're there now, can you just pop that straight into the pan?
First, you must test the oil.
How would you test the oil?
You spit in it.
And then?
If it spits back, it's hot.
I don't think we want your mum's cooking methods here. So you're not going to spit in the oil. Gently, because you don't want that to. Right, so there we go. We're just going to give it a finishing coat. And I'm going to dust off the extra crumbs. And we're going to ask you to put that into the oil very gently. Well done. So do you like this little method of crumbing?
Yes, yes.
And
It's a lot
especially if you're
cleaner
crumbing
and
something
quicker.
delicate.
It has a
like-
much more, I don't think you can see it, but it has a much more even spread.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Can you get another one in there?
Oh yeah,
Right, here we go.
you can get all in actually.
Can you?
Yep.
All right. So I like the drumsticks to be smaller. This is actually a fine enough size. And then in this case, you're just doing 1 drumstick per person. And that's it.
But
All done.
it depends on who you're inviting. I mean, my family 1 drumstick, your family half a drumstick.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right, and remember as well, it's a starter, so you don't want everybody to be
Get
filled
full.
up on the starter
Okay.
on more than 1 drumstick. Wow, that looks
So there's
absolutely
browning
stunning.
very nicely.
Browning beautifully.
Now you
And,
can see the sesame seeds very clearly.
Yes, and you see because we've mixed it with the crumbs,
You can look at the
we're
sesame.
not getting too much of it. Well done. You've done a wonderful job. with
I
that.
know, I know. I like starters.
Yes.
Lovely
Right,
smell.
Here goes. Oh, that smells absolutely delicious.
That's actually the aroma.
The aroma
Mm-hmm.
of the chicken. All right.
So this
So-
is a very much a southern American
Fried chicken.
fried chicken.
That's
yeah.
right.
Sesame seeds, is that like Durban?
I think we've
thing?
just added a bit of a
Okay.
gourmet twist here.
Hey,
to add
excuse
some
me.
Sesame seeds. And then, of course, just something to remember that when you cooking chicken, you're going to cook it at a fairly moderate heat, especially that these are drumsticks. You don't want the inside of it to be rare. You want it to cook through. So we-
Well, it depends on how
Yes.
you like your chicken.
I don't think anybody wants their chicken, fried crumb chicken rare in the middle. I think you want it well done. And so, of course, we're going to make sure that it's evenly browned on all sides. And this should take a good 8 minutes to fry.
Okay.
And we're going to stick that into a casserole and put it into the warmer drawer. You don't want your chicken to dry out too much. So I would do this almost just as we need to serve it. And that's our sesame crumbed drumstick.